Y'all come in and shut the door. The streets are talking about exactly what's going on between Kourtney, Kim, and Kris. And I know you guys think you know what's going on. I did too. Y'all, it is worse than we thought. These people are actually plotting to, it looks like, ruin Kourtney's life. But the what reason it is, y'all, let's get to what the streets of Calabasas are saying. And I want to know, are you guys believing this? This sounds super, super credible to me. When I say super, super credible, I mean super duper credible. Let me pull up. You know it's good if Mama took some notes. Okay, so, right? You know, everybody is like, what is going on with Kim? Why did Kim just out the blue attack Kourtney more than usual? We know she's always hated on Kourtney. Kourtney has been her workhorse. Kourtney had a dream. Kourtney had a dream. La Cienega Boulevard on Twitter said Kim had a dream for Dash, right? Just a dream. Kourtney did all the work and did the store, was the buyer, inventory. Kim wanted to be a personal stylist. I know. Kourtney was the one that actually made the outfits, gave them to Kim, and then Kim would take them to other people. Remember when Khloe said that Kim is like, would have Khloe come over, make her cupcakes, and then kick Khloe out and tell her boyfriend, oh my God, look, I made you cupcakes. That's how deep Kim stuff goes, okay? Kourtney has always been Kim's workhorse, but not only that, Kris has set up everybody to be Kim's workhorse. At the end of the day, yeah, Kim had the tape, but I think it's fair to say that Kris seems to have a favorite with Kim. Now that Kim's falling out of favor, we'll talk about that later. It looks like she's trying to go to Kylie and Kendall because you know Kris, her favorite is green, is money. But when it comes to Kourtney, Kim and Khloe, Kim is always the favorite. Now, you know they're always saying that Kourtney, Kourtney's the laziest, Kourtney's this, Kourtney's that, out of that, this, that, and the third. You guys think about it. You have to hear this holistically. Then tell me what you think. When did Kourtney start pulling back from the show? Never mind that Kourtney was always the show. She showed her births. She showed all the dysfunction between her and Scott. She showed all the stuff. Kourtney has been the Kardashians. When did the Kardashians start sucking? I mean, ratings really, really start sucking. When Kourtney finally said, y'all not using me anymore, I'm out. I'm with Travis, I'm out. Remember when she was arguing with Kim and she said, I don't need you guys anymore. I don't need this anymore. A lot of us thought that she was talking about like, I don't need my sisters. No. She was talking about monetary wise and money wise and also name and image because Kris needs them to believe that they all need that name because Kris needs to keep them in line because the minute they fall out of line, it all falls apart. Y'all catch this tea, right? Let's look at Kourtney. And also, before I start, when did the Kardashians start getting good again? I am recapping Keeping Up with the Kardashians on Hulu, or as they like to call it, Kardashians on Hulu. It will be up tonight on, the YouTube, the tube. Tisa Tells, TISATELLS, if you are watching this on a different platform. Anyway, right? When did the Kardashians start getting good again? When Kourtney said, all right, I'll play this game. Kourtney clocked back in this season, and this is the season everybody's talking about. Kourtney clocked out the first 3 seasons of Hulu, and they didn't know what to do. It was a snooze fest. The only person that actually gets views, as much as people want to say Kourtney's lazy, Kourtney brings people to the Kardashian doorstep. This is important to hear. It's going to come together. Just let her out. Kris knows that no matter how much money they get, no matter how many modeling jobs Kendall gets, looking like a dead fish, no matter how many boyfriends or jobs Kylie gets, Khloe, Kim, all of them, their bread and butter is their show. If they do not have the platform of the show, then everything else they have dries up because their platform reaches all these houses. It also reverberates into Instagram, into social media. They need it to stay relevant in the culture because that's what they sell, their culture. Kim tried to step away from it and become part of the billionaire class. It didn't work because without the show, Kim starts to fade. They all start to fade. Kris Jenner knows that. That's why no matter how much money they get paid, they will never willingly step away from the show. Now, think about when Kourtney wanted to step away from the show, right? When did that happen? Think about it. When did that happen? It was around the time that Mason started to really lash out. Remember when Mason was going through all those things? Remember when people were talking about Mason like horribly, his weight, his this and that? Mason started to pull back, right? He had had enough. But what was going on around that time? Mason got older. He started to be old enough to realize what was going on. And when that happened, that's when Kourtney looks like she said, you know what? I'm pulling back. This is enough. Remember when Kourtney used to argue with them and be like, you know, we have enough money. It's not worth it. I just want to live my life and focus on things, focus on my family. Don't you think that the timing was a little bit too close around the time that Mason started to wild out? And Kourtney, being a good mom, like she said, we have enough money in the bank. I have enough money in this. My child is hurting. My children are starting to hurt from this. I no longer want to have my life front and center because it is hurting my children. The drama between her and Scott being a mess, she was like, I'm not doing this anymore. That's what people are saying made her check out. That's also why Kim got so mad and said, you're the least thing. Because everybody thought that they were talking about clocking in, even though Kourtney's been the workhorse and carried the Kardashian. Again, Kim has lots of lucrative ventures. They all do. But the core of what keeps them relevant, Kourtney's the one that keeps that fire going. Kim is said to have gotten so upset because at the end of the day, Kim looked at it as Kourtney insulting her parenting, right? Because, oh, well, we both do the same thing. But it wasn't the same thing because Kourtney put her life up there to be ridiculed. Think about Kim. You were married and pregnant by somebody else. You did this, you that. Think about even when Pete played her. Kim always put up an image of her life. We never saw what was going on. We even had no idea that she even had problems or beef with Kanye until the divorce happened. Kim put up a carefully manufactured public facade. Khloe was allowed to too. We didn't even know what was going on. We thought Khloe was really infertile, right? We thought that Tristan was a good guy. They put up all these false narratives. Kylie, glorified side chick. We had no idea that Travis just let her come over at night as long as she didn't publicly claim him. We had no idea. Meanwhile, we all knew what was going on in Kourtney's life. Kim got so mad because Kourtney was like, I'm not playing this game anymore. Kim took that as a jab because at the end of the day, Kourtney was saying, my children and their mental health are worth more than everything. And what's more, baby, I got enough to retire on. People are saying that Kim took that as like such an insult because as we see, when she left North on the side of the road at the Met Gala, Kim will sacrifice, it looks like, to me, anything and anyone to get that money. Anything and anyone, and use anything and anyone to get that money. You know what's so interesting though? Let's see what happens when North gets older and really starts to steal Kim's shine. Will she turn into a Kris Jenner and use that, or will she also need, because here's the thing with Kris Jenner. Kris Jenner, yeah, she used Kim as a tool, but she didn't need to be in the focal point, okay? Now, she started pulling back. Also, what's going on between Khloe and Kourtney, okay? Nobody else understands. Khloe's kids can't talk yet. True and the baby, they're so young, they don't know what's going on. They're probably not even on TikTok. Most of Kim's kids don't really know what's going on. But isn't it odd that now that North is getting older, Kim is kind of seeing what to do, balancing, but the way Kim chose to deal with it is to put North out there. Now, who knows how North is actually being affected? I know Kim says she's not being affected. She's perfectly good. Kim lies so much, you don't know what's going on, right? But again, to Khloe even being like, what's the problem? Like, I don't care about showing my stuff. Yeah, Khloe, come back 5 years from now, when True is old enough to know what's going on and she can actually access social media outside of you and her friends will be there and talking. And let's see how you feel about even putting Kristen on the front screen rocking the baby, right? Kris, they are saying, is scared out of her mind that everyone is going to follow Kourtney's lead. Don't get me wrong, Kris Jenner is a mastermind, but let's not act like there aren't other people that can do more. Kris is scared out of her mind that as Kourtney's exodus happens, right? So will Kylie and so will Kendall. Kim can't go anywhere. Khloe, Kris treats her like she's useless to her. Rob, but Kendall and Kylie, who's blowing up in the fashion industry, they're not trying to use the Kardashian show that much, you know? They're doing all this stuff. That's what's currently happening. This is their bread and butter. Kris needs to keep them alive. But here's the thing. Kourtney married someone, a megastar who Kourtney doesn't need the Kardashian name anymore. And that's what Kourtney was saying. I miss Travis Barker. Travis Barker in the music industry is a big effing deal. Travis Barker, when they live in California, is a big effing deal. Travis Barker is a mega superstar. When Kourtney married him, she realized, I don't need the family name. I don't need you guys anymore. That's what Khloe meant when she's like, I don't need you. I have something bigger and better, right? That's why Kim hit those buttons, not just to be cruel, but to make her feel like, yeah, well, you're going over here and you're leaving us, but everyone from your friends to your own children are wrapped up in this family. And if you leave this COVID, excuse the pun, and just go and do your own thing with Barker, you will have nothing, not even your children. It was really manipulative. It was really disgusting. But at the end of the day, they're saying Kris is terrified. She cannot take Khloe and she cannot take Kylie, leaving for other management, for other things. Kris likes to, they're saying, control the narrative and also control her girls. And she would rather them be in screwed up relationships, but still clinging to the COVID than happy, married, and going their separate ways. Again, Kris looks at this like a business. Even the way Kris is like, oh yeah, you're the leader of the family, Kim. How are you telling grown women that have multiple children each? Half of them, of the women, are over 40 or going close to 40. That there's a leader in the family, and like Kourtney said, yeah, I'm not a part of that cult. Again, this is why Kim is so angry, and this is why Kourtney also realizes that her mom is using Kim as a cat's paw. Kourtney must be crushed. She must be ridiculed. She must be pushed out the coven because Kourtney threatens systems. And if you know anything about system homeostasis, whenever any system, be it good or be it bad, is challenged, the system will focus on whoever is disrupting it and try to destroy that so that the system can continue on. Kourtney is a disruptor, but you guys, it's deeper than anybody thinks. When Kourtney said, I don't need you guys anymore, she meant, I don't need the Kardashian name. I don't need the reality TV show. I married a mega superstar. I don't need your name to make money. My Lemmy's doing fine. I don't need your name to get me interviews. I don't need your name to get publicity. I can do it as a Barker. And at the end of the day, they're saying that is what Kris, and by proxy, Kim is terrified of, because Kim needs the reality show more than anything. You realize that Kim, remember when Kim was walking around the seasons looking bored because she was Mrs. Kanye West, and she knew with Kanye West's name, she didn't need any reality TV show. Kim didn't even want to go back to reality TV. It's only when she realized that their bread and butter was challenged that she was humbled and she realized she had to go back. Kourtney found a way out. And the thing is, honestly, Kourtney found a way out even before Travis when she said, I have enough money. And right? And everybody's just like, okay, well, Kourtney just wants to be lazy and she doesn't want to be a billionaire. But now Kourtney showed them, baby, not only do I have enough money, but baby, my husband, my man's name is going to help me make more money. Kendall's dating Bad Bunny. I know it's whatever, but Kendall's dating her daddy. That's all I gotta say, right? Kylie just made the jump to Timothy Chalamet. She is literally becoming a fashion girl and jumping. There's going to be a time, depending on who Kylie settles down with and Kendall, that they won't need the Kardashian name either. Whoever they marry will be on such a level that they will be their own bona fide, which leaves Kris, Kim, and Khloe. Y'all, what do you think of this? What do you think of this gossip? They need that show to grow right now, right? They need that stuff to go, right? But Kourtney doesn't. And that's why Kim's really mad. And that's why yes, it is mean. It is cruel. It is narc. It is gaslighting. But it looks like this actually might be what it is. Y'all listen. Let me know what you think about this Calabasas tea. Let me know. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.